Hello, my third grade friends. Today we are doing Unit 1, Lesson 12. And today we're exploring some patterns with the number 4 as it multiplies. So let's go ahead and turn our books to the side like this. Here you can see one group of 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Two groups of 4 is 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Two groups of 4 right there. Three groups of 4 from 8. Now we have 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Four groups of 4. 13, 14, 15, 16. Five groups of 4 is 20, which you'll remember with fives. With any of them, you can swap the factors around and have the product be the same. So 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 5 is also 20, right? Adding one more group of 4 to 20, our sixth group of 4 brings us to 24. Adding another group of 4 brings us to 28. Adding one more group of 4, that was 7 times 4 was the 28. 8 times 4, 8 groups of 4 is 32. 9 groups of 4 is 36, and you'll remember we did our 9s, and that's 4 less than 10 groups of 4, which is 40. So 10 groups of 4 is 40. What do you notice about all of the products of 4? Take a moment. All right, I'll tell you what I notice. I notice that they are all even numbers. And it's all like every other even number, right? It's not 2, but it's 4. It's not 6, but it's 8. It's not 10, but it's 12. Not 14, but 16. Not 18, but 20. Not 22, but it is 24. Not 26, but it is 28. Not 30, but it is 32. Not 34, but it is 36. Not 38, but it is 40. So they're all even. They're increasing by 4 as you go up. Those are the patterns that I see. You might see something in addition, and you can let me know what you see. All right, let's go ahead and turn that page. Now we're going to look at this side. We can use our 5 shortcuts for 4s. And I'll show you what I mean in this first problem. How many legs are on 6 horses? Find the total by starting with the 5th count and by counting on. We did something similar, I think, with 3s. So each horse has 4 legs. 5 horses and one more horse is 6 horses. So we can do 5 times 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. What's that? 20. Plus one more group of 4, which is what? 24. How many sides are in 8 quadrilaterals? Well, a quadrilateral is a 4-sided shape. So 8 is 5 plus 3 more, right? So starting off at that jumping off point, so we don't have to count up from 0. 5 times 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. 20. Plus one more 4, 24. Plus another group of 4, 28. And another group of 4. If you're not sure, stick 28 in your head. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32. And here we're continuing with what we did the other day with this area model. You can, just like we talked about, find the area of a larger rectangle by breaking it into 2 smaller, more familiar chunks. Like I love using my 5s and my 2s because I have them super duper memorized, and you probably do too. But you can remember that 7 is the total when you add 5 and 2. So a 4 times a 5 added to a 4 times a 2 will help you know 4 times 7. Let's do that right now. Find the area of the large rectangle by finding the areas of the 2 small rectangles and then adding them. So what's 4 times 5 or 5 times 4? We've done that now twice on this page. Hopefully you know. 5 times 4 equals 20. What's 2 times 4? 2 times 4 equals There's one group of 4, a second group of 4 brings us to 8. So then we have 4, 5 plus 2, 4 times 7, and it equals what? Those two added together, right? Which is 28. Okay, number 4. Find the area of the large rectangle by multiplying the number of rows by the number of square units in each row. So we have 7 rows times 4. 7 times 4 is what? 28. If you don't believe me, you can count all of these and guess how many you're going to have. 28, right? Okay, let's look at the next side. You can use multiplication, you can combine multiplications to find other multiplications. This equal shares drawing shows that 7 groups of 4 is the same as 5 groups of 4 plus 2 groups of 4. Find 5 groups of 4. What's that? We just did it a moment ago. 5 groups of 4 is, oh my gosh, I almost wrote it wrong. 20. And 2 groups of 4 is what? 8. That's right. Add them together. What do you get? 28. Now you might be thinking, why are we learning this? In the moment, in like 4th grade or even later this year when we're doing these multiplication problems, there might be a time when you've forgotten what your 4 times 7 is. But if you remember the strategy, even if you're not doing 4 times 7, you could be doing something else like 7 times 8. You can remember that you can break a multiplication problem up into smaller and simpler ones that you do have memorized, and use that to not be stuck and lost in the middle of whatever you're working on. Always want to have lots of strategies. Okay, now find 7 times 4. So you can count on or do our groups of 4. So looking at my whiteboard here, 1 group of 4, 2 groups of 4, 3 groups of 4, 4 groups of 4, 5 groups of 4, 6 groups of 4, and 7 groups of 4. What did we end up with? 28. Same thing, right? It's all good. Okay. Now, find the product of 5 times 4. We've done this now, what, 4 times on this page or in this lesson? What's 5 times 4? It's 20. What's 4 times 4? It's 4 less than 5 times 4. So what's 4 less than 20? 16. Now, how can we use these to find 9 times 4? What we've done basically. We have 4 over here, 9 over here, 5 over here, 4 over here. Wait, 5 plus 4 is 9. This part is 20. This part is 16. How do we find what all of it is all together? You add them up, right? So let's add those up. 20 plus 16, 6, 3 tens, 36. And we did make a drawing. Oh, we got ahead of the game. So if you didn't draw that with me, go ahead and draw that now. All right. Let's go ahead and look at how we can help our dear puzzled penguin. Remember, puzzled penguin never gets it right, but oh, my pen looks cool. Puzzled penguin will, oh, it's because I have a green screen. Puzzled penguin makes mistakes that kids make, and that's why we're talking about it. So you might make a similar mistake too. It says, dear math students, today I had to find 8 times 4. I didn't know the answer, but I figured it out by combining 2 multiplications I did know. So what they did was they decomposed the 8 into 5 and 3, okay. But then instead of multiplying those each by 4, he multiplied them each by 2. My answer right? If not, please correct my work and tell me why I'm wrong. So what he did was on this side, He's got his 8 for one of the things, and 5 plus 3. But then over here, both of them are being multiplied by 2. So really what he did was what? 8 times what? He did 8 times 2. So we'll say whoops, or oops. You did 8 times 2 on accident. Try. If he wants to decompose those numbers, what does he have to multiply them by to do 8 times 4? He has to multiply each of them by what? By 4. Wow, that looks weird. Try 5 times 4 and 3 times 4. 5 times 4 is what? 20. 3 times 4 is what? 12. Add them together. What do you get? 32. And boom, that is the answer to 8 times 4. It's 32. Okay. Now for this one, we're going to go ahead and write an equation and solve the problem. If you're feeling good about it, go ahead and give it a shot. If you would like to do it with me, that's fine as well. Galen has 20 pictures to place in his book. If he puts 4 pictures on each page, how many pages will he fill? Well, this is your 20 equals 4 times how many? We don't know. Pictures or pages. So 4 times what is 20? Another way you could write this is 20 divided by 4 equals P for pages. Well, 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. And I hope you know by now, 4 times 5 is 20. So 4 times 5 is 20. So pages, or P equals 5 pages. Emery arranged the tiles in an array with 4 columns and 7 rows. How many tiles in the array? I'm going to draw a quick picture of that. So 4 columns and 7 rows. I'm going to decide, let me do it like this. I'm going to break that 7 up, just like we practiced, into 5 and 2. Because 5 plus 2 is 7, right? Now, we've done this like a million times. 4 times 5 is what? 20. And then 4 times 2 is what? 8. So 4 times 7 is what? 20 and 8 together, which we call 28. So 4 times 7 equals 4 times 5 plus 2, which you could also rewrite as 4 times 5 plus 4 times 2, and that equals 28. All right, my darlings, go ahead and check and see if you have an assignment, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.